Welcome to Judgment, the apocalypse survival simulation. It's out on Steam. It's just left early access, so it is now final, I guess, what we used to call games that just came out. But yeah, early access has sort of changed all of that. Let's start a new game. This is just a quick look. It may not necessarily be a full playthrough or anything. We're just going to see what the game's like. So, new game. Let's leave it challenging, shall we? And we can edit the map seed directly. Is it just numbers? Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just so you can, guys, go 7, 8, 9. Just so you can remember what that is. Show tutorials. Should we do that? No, it's all right. Let's just start. Play the introduction, however, and we don't want to go into sandbox mode. We want the story mode. Let's begin. So we've got to choose, like many colony survival games, we've got to choose our colonist and see whether they're any good. So what's a monk? Gives us occult research speed and research speed. That's good. Automatic weapons damage is less than 20%. Tech weapons, but basically, yeah. Melee weapons plus 30. Can equip rare holy armor. I think we're going to keep that. I'm going to keep May. Scout, marathon runner, and laborer. Terrible at research, terrible at rituals, terrible occult research, but he's pretty good at working. Okay, Harry. And Glenn. Glenn's an academic. Lab assistant. So yeah, you're definitely going to be our researcher. Let's begin.
It was one of your monthly camping trips, escaping the daily routine, drinking beers and telling jokes. All of a sudden, 2 terrified hunters come running out of the dock, screaming at you to hide. You hear loud growling noises from the woods behind them. Out of the trees appears the creature, a beast like nothing you've ever seen before, straight out of a horror tale. It catches up with the hunters, and they turn to fight.
Okay, so this is the prologue to the game. You're going to get an idea of the combat, essentially, in the prologue. It's not too complicated. It's quite simple to get started. So let's just exit and make sure we're in pause mode. You get 2 example characters here. They're always the same ones, Chandler and Jeremiah, just to teach you how to do things. Jeremiah happens to be a melee expert. Let's just make sure he goes here. And Chandler can go and stand behind the barrel. Okay. And stop. Okay, now Chandler obviously is our ranged character, so we can give him targets like this. Jeremiah similarly is our melee character. They will auto-attack, or you can give them specific attack orders, you know, either way. We want to make sure that they're all dealt with. They're going to take some damage, however. There we go. And Chandler needs to shoot that demon really quickly. Okay, so both of them are hurt. Let's actually get started up with healing. So they both have different abilities. We can change between them with 4 and 5. So 4, 5, you can see, for example, that Chandler can group heal. So if you press F2, he should be able to heal up. There we go. And here we get the next section. So the hunters hear more creatures emerging from the woods. Kill the creatures. In case you haven't guessed yet, this game is a lot about the occult. So let's just keep on pausing things. We want to go back to Jeremiah and make sure he heals as well. He's going to heal himself a little bit. Heal yourself, maybe? There we go. So, income more creatures. Now, we can get cover behind this car. That's one possibility. We can press Q to select both of our people and send them both here. So let's get them both set up behind the car. Okay. And Chandler, we're going to select to shoot the fire imp. Jeremiah can go and attack. And attack the rest as well. Keep going. And finally, the last Reaper. Okay. Jeremiah carries a blade. Yes, so he should be the frontline defender. And Chandler should be at the back. Chandler is not looking too good. But we've got more of them coming in. So he's pretty good with his rifle. Is it rifle? Yes, a hunting rifle. Fine. Let's let them keep coming in. And then we want a grenade, I think. Let's keep them coming in. And now, maybe something like here. Okay. And Jeremiah should just go and get that demon quickly. And then maybe go and get the Reaper. Hopefully before Chandler expires. And they're all down.
The strange creatures lie dead. What were those things? They look like demons straight out of a horror film. But it's not over. You hear more growling sounds from the dark woods. More of the menacing creatures come swarming into the clearing. The hunters are surrounded and yell at you to run. You waste no time and do as they say. You climb a small hill that affords a clear view of the nearby town. It is already burning. You can hear the sound of growling and panicked screams carried across the wind. The creatures are everywhere. Going back is not an option. You decide to move away from the town, deeper into the woods. You find a remote clearing where you decide to regroup and try to figure out what just happened.
And we're into the game proper. So you'll see in a second, we're going to be starting our new colony. We have nothing, pretty much just some starter materials. So we need to get started to get the colony up and running and then to defend said colony against, well, all kind of attackers and even to go to other parts in the world and, yeah, rescue people. Okay, so chapter 1, survival. So, it's going to say that we need to build a log cabin, a well, a food table, and a bed. That's no problem. So if we zoom out, we'll be able to see where we've been given. Let's just pause it with spacebar. So we've got a bunch of different stuff we can gather from the top left, from the top right, similar kind of things. We've got lots of rocks around, a few bits of clay, which are this things, and not a great deal else. We've got some mining area, but we've got this nice clear area in the center, which is, I guess, nice to start with. So what we're going to do, we're going to press B to build a log cabin, and let's go for the 5x4 option, and let's build it here, for example. Now, it does look 2D, but it's not actually quite 2D. If you just zoom in and then unpause, you'll see it's sort of 3D on top of 2D, so it's like a fixed perspective kind of thing. And that's fine by me. I think we're also going to make sure we build a well. So that is also fine. Let's just put it here. It's right next to our log cabin. And let's start things up and use the numpad plus to you know, increase time. And then what else did we need? We needed a bed. And we can put the bed on the inside. So I'm just going to put it, rotate with comma and question mark, comma and full stop, period. So let's put our bed in there. And then we're going to need, what did it say, a food table. So a food table I'm going to put on the inside as well. We can't really put it on the outside, so it has to go somewhere. I'm going to leave a couple of spaces for some more beds, as and when we can build them. Okay. And now we need to build an experiment table and research farming. So I'm going to build a separate log cabin for that, I think. Just to keep those separate from this one. So what do we do for a separate log cabin? We need more logs. We've only got 16 out of 30. So if I press T and then choose chop trees, I can then, you see it's based on a square system. So I can then say, hey, I want all of those chopped, please, and our colonists are happy to do so. Now, let's talk about the colonists and what they need. If we go just to the colonist screen, you'll see they've got health, they've got nutrition, they've got energy. Nutrition and the energy are the things we were sort of controlling. And obviously the nutrition is going to come from the food table. And to do that, or to look at that, we can press C instead of B for crafting. So if we right click on this, you'll see it's already got auto crafting for salad. So when they have vegetables, and in this case it looks like tomatoes, but vegetables in general, they will auto-craft food, and that food will be consumed. Similarly, when they get tired, so if we just look at here, when they get too low, they will go and use a bed. Now, they're not assigned to specific beds like RimWorld, but they will use a nearby bed, but you may want more than one, just to make sure that if another person is tired, they aren't working while tired. So that's some logs in there. Do we have enough to build another log cabin? We do, so let's just put another one there. And quite like this layout. It's quite nice and spacious for a change. I've played a couple of test games, and it doesn't always appear like this, so you may want to use my seed if you do have the game. If not, feel free to keep watching. Okay, so let's speed that up again. Harry's just going to keep working. Now, this, by the way, is something that they're going to continue to fetch water, and that will just pile up. You can see at the top right of the screen, they're starting to just gather water continually, because they don't have much else to do, so they're just going to do that. Alright, so I'm going to build the experiment table, as they said. And, whoops, wrong key. So, which way around do we want it? I don't think there's any specific need to put stools in front of them or anything, so this shouldn't matter. In fact, you can only rotate it... Can we rotate it all the way around? No, it's just two different positions, vertical and horizontal. So let's put that in there. And our experiment table's up, which means whoever's suitable for doing our research, let's just double check. Was it Glenn who was good at this? Let's look at his skills. The research speed plus 90%, so yes, essentially. He's also an alien abductee. In this case, the aliens are perhaps the occult. So they're going to keep going. Let's just slow this down a little bit. Now, if we press R, we can choose research. And we can choose farming. So now we get the option to build 2 vegetable farms, which will give us some sort of food. And again, that now appears on our build screen. So let's build a couple of farms. One, and I don't have enough stuff, so I'm going to need more wood, and I'm going to need stones. So let's just go T, and we're going to gather some more wood from there. Deforest a little bit. And we have to go looking for stones, which I think are the closest of these. So is that rock? Yes, you can get slate as well, so you have to watch that a little bit more carefully. May our resident monk is sleeping on her bed, or on everyone's bed, the hot bunking. Okay, that's fine. Let's speed things up a little bit. We should get our vegetables started, which should then trigger the auto craft thing if they're below the certain amount of food. And we just have to watch out for our science research. That's it into 10. Do we have any other things yet? I do want to get to woodworking pretty soon, because woodworking unlocks the sawmill, which lets us unlock a bunch of other things. But yeah, we can't do that just yet. We need more materials. I'm going to craft a couple of clubs when we get enough wood. So 1. And we'll craft a couple more, just so that they've all got a weapon to start with. And we can craft up to 3. Later, I think whoever's good at ranged, I'm going to switch them to using a bow instead of the clubs. And that will be pretty good as far as that's concerned. So they're going to need wood to continue crafting that. Let's skip forward a little bit until they've gathered some more wood, and maybe until they've got the stone. Now, Harry's just going to continue, it seems, to keep on collecting stuff, despite the fact we've got other jobs down here. So we've got to think about some priorities and cancel them fetching the water. We can always restart that, of course, but we're gonna stop that from happening and speed things back up so that we can get resources to craft our second vegetable farm. So there we are. And whoops. And I'm going to put it right there. That should get us a sustainable source of vegetables, at least to start with, before we get to other types of farms. I do like the soundtrack. We're going to swap beds. They really are hot bunking. May is really good. So here we go. So arm yourselves, craft 3 clubs. And we've just done that already, so it's going to skip forward to defend your base. Now, defending the base means that we're going to get a little imp character coming in, or hopefully just one imp character coming in from wherever. And to defend that, you're going to, well, there's a few ways. You can just put them into combat mode, but you can also, if you press V, go into defense planning mode. Doesn't much matter here right now because we don't have any defenses to really, you know, stand behind too much. You know, but we can just say, for example, number 1, you should go here. Number 2, you should go here. Number 3, you should go here. And go back to that and say activate, and they should all go to the defense. Oops, I need to turn off defense planning mode, and then activate them. And they're all going to go here. Decide to go back home. Okay, so we're being attacked now. So equip all your attackers before combat. Defeat all attacking creatures. Fair enough. We can then select our clubs. And we can do that from this tabbed menu sort of system here as well. And we can improve that. And in comes an imp. So let's just pause things. Select everyone with Q and let's bring them back to this. I obviously did wrong. So in comes our imp. So let's just bring them all down to here. And Harry's going to go there. Glenn's going to go here. And they should auto attack. May is our monk. So May should just hit them and wallop them. Oh, and there goes our first imp in our own colony. Not exactly the hardest of combat to start with. I get the feeling this is going to be like, yeah, well, not RimWorld. What was the other recent game that came out that was sort of tower defense and overhead like this? I can't remember the name of it. I'll put it in the next episode if I remember it. But yeah, it becomes more and more frantic over time. You start with something really nice and easy, and it goes a bit wrong. Okay, so now we need to scavenge stuff, and there's a few bits and pieces that we should gather from them. Fair enough. But it is saying that, essentially, we can press M, and there's lots of nearby places we can go to. We can pick up stuff from that, so scraps, loot, vegetables, clay, etc. That's what we'll get by going there. And there are different enemies in there. So the closest ones are easy. The harder ones are farther away. And eventually we should be able to head much further out and maybe even rescue some people. I don't care about actually going scavenging right now, however, though, because we've got a bunch of different things locally. Ooh, blood rubies, interesting. I want to see diamonds on my previous playthroughs. Diamonds there? Mineral resource. Diamonds are down there. Okay, so around the map we've got a bunch of different places. So there's one of them, and is there anything closer than that? I guess not. I guess here is probably closer. We can say go and collect the scraps. So it's just like another resource, but you know, you get miscellaneous stuff from that. And let's speed things back up. We don't, it seems, have to bury our enemies. Okay, let's see how much research we've got. We've got 56. Wow, May is amazing at that. So let's unlock patchwork. Okay, patchwork gives us the ability to craft armor. Press C, and we'll see you've got some armor here. We need scraps to build it, however, and all of them should have this armor. Whether or not we will have enough scraps to do it is another thing entirely. So Glenn's going and getting that. And Harry's continuing to presumably autocraft. Yeah, it should be in the autocraft mode at the moment because it's below 30 but above 15. And how much scraps have we got? There we go. At the top right, we've got 6. We're going to have to wait for 20 to get one of the suits of armor. So I'm going to increase the speed again. Yep, they're just still collecting rocks. Rocks are fine. I'd sort of prefer scraps right now, mind you, but rocks are still fine. And Glenn's going gathering that stuff. We're getting other stuff as well. So if we press I, we get our colony inventory. The colonists will eat from this, etc., and we'll be able to craft from it. So we're getting some medicine from the scraps, from this pile. We're getting some sulfur from loot of the demons. And then now we should be able to craft a piece of armor. We need workbench. Okay, so let's craft a workbench as well. Workbench, it requires stones and wood, and we've got both of those. And let's just put you there. Harry's going to build that fairly quickly. We're probably also going to want more wood anyway, so I will just chop more of that down. And someone's leveled up. Who has leveled up? Glenn has leveled up. slow things down. Well, in fact, I'll keep things fast, but just pause. Glenn. Okay, so now we have the skill up screen. Glenn is currently good at evading, can equip rare occult weapons, but he's good at research and rituals, but not very accurate. Yeah, so he's good at lab stuff. I'm not sure if we should give him too much stuff with melee, given that accuracy problem. So maybe we should give him oh, we can't give him archery. Interesting. We can make him evade more. I'll give him farm speed, accuracy. That sort of will sort of remove that, I think. Let's give that a go. Vision range or accuracy up? Let's go accuracy up, shall we? Okay, I don't think any of the others have leveled up just yet, so let's restart. Speaking of, Harry. What's Harry good at? He's a marathon runner and a laborer. So work speed. So we want to probably do that to just sort of increase things. Let's give him gathering, shall we? And they're going to just chop some more wood. Our workbench is now up though, so we should now be able to craft these. We don't have enough scraps to continually do it. Are they out of scraps? They are. So here we should be able to collect more scraps. And hopefully get enough to equip these people. Now, who's our range character again? Skills. It's going to be Glenn, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to have to be Glenn. So ranged, we want to get him a bow, and probably want armor for the other two first because they're going to be front line. Hopefully, May is our monk, so let's give her the armor first of all, nice and protective, and she's also gathering scraps. We do want more beds, but as you can see, beds take boards and wool, and we need research for that. However, the speed that they're researching is pretty high, so we should be able to unlock a few more of those. Enemy scouting party has been spotted nearby. You should take them out quickly before you spot your base. Killing the scouting party reduces enemy awareness, while leaving them be raises it. Okay, so that is a mission that is on the world screen. If we go to world view, there is the one we need to look at. It's got 5 fire imps. Ouch. But by going and taking care of it, we may have keeping that awareness down is good. Do I want to do that just yet? Well, let's give it a go, shall we? We want to press C and choose a team. May is probably our best bet for melee. And to be honest, Glenn's going to be pretty good as well. Can we get, though, before we do that, can we get at least one more piece of armor built? How much is that? Oh, we can. So let's build another armor, and let's unpause, and let's see when they build the armor. There we go. So let's who are we going to send out there? May, definitely. Harry is either one of those really will do the job. We can leave our researcher behind, I guess, and have Marathon Runner with it. So we want Harry and May. Let's go back to the world screen. We choose Harry and May. And we will then approve that. To go there. Attack. And off they go across the map. Dixies, do we want to change that name? Yeah, let's call them the Dusters. Why not? And then let's change this icon somewhat. We've got someone who does a lot of occult stuff, so why don't we go for the all-seeing eye? And then, I guess just the... No, not the black background, because I can't choose the foreground. Let's go for white instead. Okay. And let's see what happens. In they go. And now we're into this map. And it's our job to take care of everything in this map. We've only got 2 people. And so in some of these maps, you will find survivors, which you can bring back to your colonies. This isn't a survivor rescue mission. However, it is a kill all the things mission. And of course, me being stupid, I forgot to give Harry the armor. Okay. We have to kill these fire imps. So I've just worked my way up the map and across into the middle. So let's head over here somewhat. Not sure when they're going to spot us, but we should have some barrels to hide behind a little bit. And they are separating somewhat. Well, let's go and kill. I don't really want Harry to lose everything. It's normally May. There we go. Let's go after this fire imp. It's May that needs to go first, really. There we go. So let me just control them independently instead of like this. So we'll have Harry make sure we're behind, and May can go ahead. We'll wait for this fire to come in, and then May can come in out behind. There we go. May, kill them. Kill more. Uh-oh. Oh no! May's down! No! Harry! Oh, this isn't good. A monk? Is our monk dead? Killed in action! No! Oh, survivor body. Oh, but we killed 5 things, but one of our survivors are down. We're gonna need a survivor rescue mission. Oh no. Okay. So definitely this game, we can lose. We can lose quite a lot. So we're going to send Harry back, unfortunately. And now we've got only 2 colonists to do our work with. I sense a restart coming fairly soon if it keeps going like this. Oh, well. I guess Harry, even that armor didn't save May, but oh, well. We should have some more of it available. So once Harry gets back, let's just increase the speed. And Harry, if we just go to the world screen, is arriving back here now. There we go. So Harry can probably wants to rest and heal up. Yeah, you're tired. Okay. And let's just make sure he has armor. And let's make sure Glenn has armor as well. All right. So we've got 157 research. Let's actually use some of that research, shall we? In here, we can go for cooking. Gives us a wheat farm, stove and bread. Woodworking I actually want, so I'm just going to unlock woodworking straight away. Double scavenging chance for scrap. Brick making, so we can put spike barricades up if things start to attack us. Furnace and bricks. Fair enough. Weapons. What? Well, that gives us a composite bow, but we've already got the regular bow if we have the sawmill. That'll unlock. Well, we need occult research for that. What can we craft now? Oops, what can we build now, I should say. We want the sawmill, which needs more stones. So let's just make sure we're selecting that to quarry more of it. And then we're going to need arrows, which you can make. So let's make a few of those. And then once we have at least one, we can craft a bow for whoever we get for ranged combat. There goes the crafting. And that means we can craft the bow as well. And we probably may want to set this to auto craft the arrows. For now, I'm just going to craft a few of them, and we can have that going. We do want to sort of prioritize the harvesting that rock, though. Otherwise, I can't build the sawmill. So instead, we can select Harry to go and assign him to quarry the stone. You can also just change the priorities of what they have, so we can, you know, change these around so they do certain things first before others. But and it also shows you what they're good at. But you know, for just one-off tasks, there's no need to do that. And Harry's done the valiant job of collecting lots of stones, so now we can build a sawmill. Probably should build that near the wooded area, I guess. So, I don't know, maybe here should be fine. Can we rotate that 2 ways? No, just 2 instead of 4. I really want to do it 4 ways instead of that. Okay, so Harry's going to go and eat and back and complete this off. And let's speed that up. And I think that will do for the first episode. We've got to about half an hour, so hopefully you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. Do let me know in the comments. for something you like. And of course, next episode, if we have one, we'll see how these two colonists do. Will it all end in tragedy? Will Harry and, oh, no, here, interesting. Cliffhanger. Someone needs assistance. Perhaps, if we assist them, they may be willing to join us and get back to 3 colonists. Interesting. Shall we leave it there? Will we get another colonist? Who knows? If you like the episode, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.